You said your first couple of paying customers were on just like Slack channels. Was this channels you actively sought to then go and market, or was this communities you kind of were already involved in?
They were communities I was already involved with. So one of them in particular is the On Deck Fellowship community, and that's a community of folks that are at the time they were largely founders building out their own companies. Eventually, they've got a variety of different communities. Like they've got some that are specifically for what's it called, climate change. They've got some that are for product managers. They've got like the community or the On Deck team themselves have built out a few sub communities, but the overall like large scope community is still focused on like founder and product development type stuff.
Right. Because I think maybe that's something which people don't understand as much in regards to online communities is when they make something new, whether it's a podcast or a YouTube channel or a product, they will just gravitate towards these communities and just like spam in, and no one knows who they are. But because they're new to it, it feels anonymous. But in reality, there's a whole community there that actually do talk to one another and recognize one another's names. So when you just pop up, you just seem like a spammer.
Exactly. And part of the reason I had so much success with my product hunt launch is because of these communities. Like, I try to be very careful and very respectful of who, like, not spamming people. Like, it's something I personally hate.
Yeah.
But I would reach out to the folks in those communities that I've spoken to and who've supported me so far, and to be like, hey, I just launched on Product Hunt, would love if you could support me. And that's the subtle key. Like everyone in those communities knows, like, please upvote and comment on our launch, because you're not officially allowed to ask for that.
Right.
And that's what helped get some of the initial traction. And because these communities are like, in the On Deck one in particular is global, like you have folks that are in Asia, you have folks that are in Africa and Europe, and then you have folks that are in North America. And so if you time it well, you can actually get those upvotes coming in at a relatively steady stream, which helps keep your product at the top. Like when I say there's an art to how to do a launch on Product Hunt, like there's an art to it. You really have to plan it. You can't just launch something. Yeah.
Right.